All right. Um, Today is leg day. Oh no, squirrel dove right in front of the car. I didn't hit him. We're all good. But poor, poor survival instincts in that guy. Um. Anyway. Yeah. Leg day. Gonna be a hack squat day, which is kind of suboptimal. Actually, I was hoping secretly in my brain that it was back day, but oh well. I think that's gonna be tomorrow then. You can't win them all. Uh, whoop. And yeah, so it'll be hack squats and then RDLs and then the huge. Getting pretty good at memorizing the routine at this point, so we're getting better at that. Um, I have a few statements to say regarding comments I've received on the videos. Uh, yes, I know I need a new microphone. I have ordered one. I don't know if it's going to be any good because I can't afford like a proper. I mean, yes, I could afford, but I'm not going to drop like a Rode Wireless is like $200. The Rode Pro is like $300, and I know that that's like the best of the best, but I'm just not going to be dropping that kind of dough on on something that doesn't actually make me any money, right? So, um, that's not the only reason. I just don't want to pay $200 or $300 for a microphone. But I got one that's a little bit nicer than this, hopefully. So it should be better. Now, another thing mentioning, there's somebody in my comments talking about like combat sports and stuff like that. Mentioned something about a headlock. I actually have a funny story about headlocks. I was a wrestler in high school, and I wasn't bad, but I actually got a really, really bad injury one time, and I was in fact in a headlock, and I didn't want to get pinned, and so I kind of twisted my hips around to try to get out of it. And so what ended up happening is like my shoulders were facing one way, my hips were facing the other, and I tweaked my spine like horrendously. Like my entire lumbar, like L1 through L6, was like put out of alignment. And when it happened, I'm like, that didn't feel right. That kind of hurt. That doesn't feel good. Something's wrong. And I just kind of ignored it for a while, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then one day I was like in like gym class or something, and I'm just like, oh my god, my back hurts, so I can barely like move. It hurts so bad every time I took a step, every time I sat down. I just messed it up really bad, and yeah, it was suboptimal. So that's my fun headlock story. And on which note, what I have to say is, don't hurt yourself, especially don't hurt your back, because I still feel that to this day, and it's been over 10 years since that happened. Back injuries just don't heal right. So yeah, that's my headlock story. Um, next thing is yeah, we're gonna be doing probably either hack or pendulum squat today. Um, we're just gonna see what sounds good when we get there. Like I'm gonna get to the gym, I'll get warmed up, I'll do some steps, and then I'm gonna see like, okay, we definitely don't want to do this, or we definitely want to do that. And I'm just gonna let the voice speak to me, whatever the gym muse says that day. Now, on the topic of the gym in general, I was just watching Sam Sulek earlier because, uh, we kind of follow the same format. I'm not ashamed to say I'm more or less blatantly copying his style. But I had the long hair before he did. I'm sure of that. Anyway, he brought up a very good point. I've brought it up before too, which is that everybody should be physically active, as much as they can be. Like if you're paraplegic in a wheelchair, notwithstanding, but no pun intended. Oof, that was rough. But I think every single person, male, female, young, old, etc., could benefit from physical exercise, especially weightlifting. Even if you're like 80 years old, throwing around a little bit of weight is going to be good for you. Like, literally, genuinely good for you. If you're, like, not sure where to start, just start. Get out there, and do it. Go to a gym, get a day pass. I mean, I think a pass at Planet Fitness is free, and then, it's like $1 a month. And just start moving some stuff and see what you like, see what feels good. Go on YouTube, go on the internet, look up how to do some exercises. We've all been there. Don't think that you're too far gone to start. I didn't start lifting till I was 24. And even though I wish I started earlier, I'm doing what I can, So, had I started lifting when I was like 18, 16, 15, would I be an animal monster by now? Yes, probably. But, for the limited time that I've had, I think I've made a pretty good transformation, if you will. But the gym for me is one of 2 or 3 all-consuming aspects of my life. As a competing bodybuilder, it takes up most of my waking thought and active hours. Besides work and personal life and stuff, the gym is absolutely my biggest thing that I do. I have secondary hobbies, especially working on cars, and then I'm really big into shooting sports and firearms and hunting. But in terms of tier list, for me, it definitely goes just in terms of hobbies or whatever. It's gym, cars, and then shooting and whatnot. Mercy, I'm getting just hammered on every single red light today. Aggravating. Oh well. So on that note, you don't have to make the gym your whole life like I have. And in fact, I honestly don't recommend most people to do that. They ask hey, should I wanna get in the gym. You think I should get into bodybuilding? And I'm like, no. I think you should get into shape. I think you should lift some weights, do some cardio, maybe watch your diet. Don't go buck wild, but actually getting into the sport of bodybuilding is a massive commitment unless you have the drive to want to do that and to push aside every single other priority in your life to be a bodybuilder. Don't do it. It's not worth it to the average person. It's worth it to me because I love it, and it's not so much a sport as it is a way of life for me. But to the average person, no, it's going to be too much. You're going to get burnt out, and unless you dream about stepping on stage, you dream about being that low body fat, dream of being a champion in that regard, it's not worth it for you. And so for the average person, I'd say go lift, 2 times a week minimum, up to as many as you like. Do 90 minutes of cardio a week, which is like 20 minutes a day or less. Average it out, do the math. Don't eat crap all the time. Your diet shouldn't be 90% fat and sodium. Eat high protein meals, eat healthy carbs, and if you do eat a lot of fat, kind of stick to some of the more natural fats like avocado, olives, olive oil, butter, lard, bacon, red meat, things like that. Don't go in for the processed stuff. It's just not that good for you. I mean, it's delicious, don't get me wrong. Everybody loves like a Krispy Kreme donut or Dunkin', or whatever, but you don't probably shouldn't be forcing that down your throat all day. Or whatever terminology you'd like to use there. But that's my advice to everyone is carve out some time to go work out a minimum of 2 times a week, lift some weights, get a bit of sweat going, do some cardio. It doesn't have to be like, on the bike or the elliptical. You don't have to be hauling ass on the treadmill. I mean, just like literally just like walking, like going outside and walking for 30 minutes is perfectly reasonable and normal activity for anyone, and that will count if you're not like trying to cut, or you're not like a bodybuilder or serious in that regard. Like just go out and walk for 30 minutes and you're fine. Ride a bike, go play soccer, whatever else you're into. Golfing counts, to the average person, because I think like if you shoot like the front or back 9, you're gonna walk like 2 or 3 miles, if you don't have a golf cart, which is but whatever. A little bit of a rabbit hole there. But everybody should be physically fit and active, and the world today that we live in is so drastically different from what it should be. I mean, when my grandfather and my parents' generations were in high school, they had like what was called like the presidential fitness program. And I don't know why that fell by the wayside, but essentially it was just like basic standards and marks for young men and women in terms of like not being a fat slob. It was like be able to do like 10 pull-ups or something like that, and 50 push-ups in 2 minutes, and a certain number of crunches, and you should be able to do a shuttle run in this amount of time. And like, yeah, okay, it's largely like kind of an out there type thing. There wasn't like really any science behind it, but like nowadays, I think I don't know the exact stat on this, but something like only 1% of the population can do a single pull-up. I highly doubt anybody can do a shuttle run without, like the average person could do like a shuttle run without getting winded. Push-ups, sit-ups, come on. Look around you, like go outside, look at the average Joe and be all like, yeah, I'm not sure that guy or that girl could make it. So don't be average, be above average, excel. And in order to excel, the benchmark, the bar is so low that all you have to do is work out twice a week and do 150 minutes of like light cardio a week, or even less, like 90 minutes, but just do it. And it's not that hard. And if you're like, oh, but I don't want to spend time on that, I want to spend time doing other stuff, or like, I don't want to waste my life in the gym. Think about how much time I'm going to be spending in the gym. every study that I've seen and looked into pretty much explicitly states that, like, within reason, if you're spending that amount of time, say you spend 4 hours exercising a week, the amount of life that it will give you, like extend your lifespan, that the payoff is much worth the investment. So, I mean, you're literally losing time on the planet by not doing it. And you're not going to feel as good, and you're not going to look as good, you know? Just get out there, man. Be in shape. Whether you're 13 or 93, just be in shape, you know? And that's all there is to it. There's just, anything else is an excuse. If you don't have a serious medical condition, or you don't have like some sort of injury or anything that's preventing you from doing it, then it's just an excuse. And if you are okay with excuses, if you're okay with lying to yourself, or not lying to yourself, you're okay with being honest with yourself and saying that, yeah, I'm too lazy and I'm too much of a loser to get out there and do it, and I'm okay with that, that's your life, you do it. I can't make you do anything. But if you can live with that guilt, you can live with that guilt. And if you can't, get out there and do it. Anyway, here we are at the gym. I'm going to hop on the treadmill, and then we're going to do some legs. Woo! See you in there. Okay. Alright, so, can confirm that my mic is on. At least for now. I think it might have run out of battery in the last video. Which is why people were saying, hey, your mic's not working. But, I ordered a new one anyway, so. This one only has like a 1.5 hour battery life, so, gotta pay attention to that. We have hack squats. Got 4 plates on here, that's 360 pounds. If you pretend the sled weighs something, then it does. And if you don't, it doesn't. That's my logic. My knees feel pretty terrible, and I still haven't caught my breath from the warm-up. So this will be pretty fun, I think. It's just 2 sets of 8, and I don't know if there's a strap here. I think you just gotta grin and bear it. I don't think there's any good way, so to speak, to get through this. I think we're just gonna have to do it. Like, I got it in the bag, don't get me wrong. It's just gonna frickin' blow. But yeah, 5 weeks out, baby. 30-something days or whatever. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I have no positive comments, but I do have another set. There's a ongoing mental debate for me right now of like, maybe I should lower the weight. And there's a million different ways I could justify it in my mind, like, oh, we're pretty close to show, I don't want to get injured, it's really hard, I'm a pussy, And I think that the last point there is the main reason that I shouldn't be lowering the weight. And I won't be. And I'm going to get all 8 reps. It might take a really long time. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but that last set took a lot longer than it usually does. And, it's because my heart's beating like a jackrabbit, and I'm tired, I'm sweaty, it's hot. I just don't have any energy. So I'm just forcing myself to lift what I can. I don't think I could have done any more weight than I did, I actually came down. I was doing like 370 for a little bit, and I was just like, I cannot do that. And 4 plates is still quite a bit, so it's double my body weight. I'm 188 something, like 188.4. So I don't know if I updated you guys, but yesterday we finally crossed that 190 barrier, that 190 boundary. So getting light. My stage weight, I don't know my stage weight, but my weight class is 187. So we're definitely gonna make that. And then after that, it's just shred it up, baby. See how diced to the gills I can get. I want to be peeled like a boiled tomato when I step on that stage. And I probably will be. Anyway, enough yapping. I just have to suck it the fuck up and do this. And I have RDLs after this, which are nice. I like RDLs. You know how weird your mental state has to be to prefer doing RDLs over squats? That's where we are. Figure that out. Okay. That is tight. Okay. Fudge. Oh, it's gonna blow ass. Yeah, yeah, fudge. Wow. Easier when it's over. Oh yeah, RDLs. 2 plates. What we've been doing. Yeah, no special tricks. Just got to do it. 2 sets of 12. And when I rack it, I'll just set it on the ground, and then we'll count that as our other rep. Here we go. Excuse me. Yeah, way easier. All right. My back is starting to scream at me for some reason. I think I was maybe had some rough form on the hex squat there. I don't know. But like I said earlier, I have a bad back. Whatever. Do the other portion RDLs. Now it's time for leg extendos and leg curls, and then one of the hip machines. Either the good girls or the bad girls. I don't recall off the top of my head which one today is. I think today's the good girls. Who cares? All right. Mercy me. All right. Extensions and leg curls. I have 120 on here. I'm gonna be honest with you, boys. I'm pretty freaking fried. So that set of 20 might be pretty tough. I just have to stay awake, stay alive. Power. Goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah. I mean, run it up. Here we go. Right. Yeah, I wanted to quit at like 10, but I had to power through some. Yeah, my heart rate's probably like 8 trillion right now. Alright. Leg curls 140. Just gonna do what I can. I'm running on fumes here a bit. Excuse me. Well, either it was too heavy, or I'm just kind of a loser. I don't know. Should have let me know. I would have brought you one. I also have pre. Oh, you never mind. Sorry, my bad. I just boys and girls, lads and lasses, gentle cars. I just can't catch my freaking breath. Just having trouble. But anyway, only one way to do it, so let's do it. Yeah, sorry about the leg curl performance. That was embarrassing. It was sloppy. Okay. These I can usually muscle through, but who knows? Okay, my quads are actually vibrating. Got jelly legs. So these are the leg curls, I guess. I'm going to lower the weight here, since I only got like 15 to 140, and I thrash my hamstrings pretty hard on RDLs, as you can tell. So I don't feel guilty about dropping this weight a little bit. Also, my whole body is on the verge of collapsing. Yeah. All right, here we go. My shorts are falling apart. Okay. It's got the good girls, or the bad girls, whatever it is. Hit a little post north you, and then I think I'll go home and throw up.